My name is Marilynn P. I am a pulmonary physician, a lung specialist from the United States, from Wilmington, North Carolina. We learned from the news that the people of Ukraine were battling adversity with no cause, no reason, and we knew that our medical skills would be helpful for people who have been without medical care since the beginning of the war. And since we were able and available to do that, we wanted to do our part to help the wonderful, resilient people of Ukraine to try to maintain their culture, which has been threatened. The Ukrainian people are the strongest people I have ever met. They are resilient. They are very grateful for any help that we can give. And the horrors, really, which they have been through are beyond what most people experience in modern day, from occupation to physical trouble. I think the most important thing is that although some people have been especially affected by loss of relatives, but everybody in the country has had their lives disrupted. The students have been unable to continue their education. People have lost communication and connection with their families. So really, it is the whole country which has been affected and disrupted. Finding how strong the people remain and how sure they are that if they just continue to hold on and persevere, that they will be victorious. I did not expect that mood to still be so prevalent. This is our second time here. We were here in November with this same group, and to recognize that people made it through the winter and still have that positive feeling was a little surprising now. And you're right, the war has, the attention has decreased as other issues have become prevalent. I think Americans need to know that that conditions have gotten worse, not better, in terms of how the people have been affected by shortages of materials and food. And they should know that when you come to Ukraine, you very much believe that it is the Ukrainian people who were right, and that unless we continue to fight this tyrannical dictator here, that the rest of the world will suffer, and democracy can only prevail if we stand behind the people here to continue our support. The effects of what happens in Ukraine will have an effect on all the world, not just Ukraine. Yes, for many patients, especially here in our most recent days here in eastern Ukraine, learning how the people managed to survive staying in cellars and basements for food storage. That, and the people who tell us about their relatives who they have lost or lost connection with, but especially just in these last few days, people who don't complain, but they still have anxiety and fear related to what has been very recent, and we still see the vestiges of that in destroyed homes, and people trying to rebuild. So it's really not just one story. Everybody has that story, and perhaps that's the most important thing. This is not just a few people who lived in those houses that were randomly selected for destruction, but it affects everybody. And if you ask anybody, how it has been for them, they can tell you that story.